So that's my name's Alvin. So today me and my group are going to be talking about the essential parts of statistical analysis. This statistical analysis has two types: descriptive and inferential statistics. So statistics plays a vital role in collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data to support, like maybe making decisions or basing on a large group of collecting data. So in this presentation, we're going to mainly discuss about the primary goals of statistics, the scope of data and statistics, the common tools and the techniques, or use of sampling and assumptions. In these ones, we're going to briefly go through each of them, like descriptive, inferential, statistics, to make sure that you understand the difference between them. The first type I told you was descriptive statistics. So according to my first question was to talk about the roles they play. Like for the first one, it's descriptive statistics is used to summarize and describe the main features of the database using numbers, tables, or graphs. In other words, it's used to show and explain what data looks like. And the second one is called inferential statistics. So the next one is inferential statistics. This one is used to make predictions, decisions, or generalization about a population based on a sample of data. In small words, inferential statistics makes guesses or like predictions about a big group looking like a small part. So it's like sampling from a big group looking at a small part, like generalizations, predictions. The next one is called scope of data. The next question was talking about scope of data being analyzed. So on the part of descriptive statistics helps us to focus on entire data set that is collected, maybe a sample or a population behind. In other words, it's used like only data was collected. We use the data that we have collected like to make a general inclusion or report. So on the other hand of inferential statistics, works with samples like from a larger population to draw conclusions about a whole population. This can be small as like is used to sample like from running from a smaller group to a larger group. You get things, you generalize from a small group what the small group likes to do, you generalize it in a large group. You say this large group likes to do this only when you take it from a small group. That's the difference between inferential statistics from descriptive statistics in a scope of data being analyzed. Descriptive analyzes entire data from a large group, from a small group to a large group. But inferential summarizes a sample from a larger group, which draws conclusion to a whole population. Thank you.
So as we were discussing, let me continue with statistical analysis with the question 3, which asks that what statistical tools and techniques that are used for that statistical analysis, descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. So let me start with tools and techniques that are used for descriptive statistics. So descriptive statistics is made of measures of center tendency, which combine mean, median, and mode, measures of dispersion, range, variance, and standard deviation, tables and charts, frequency tables, bar charts, pie charts, and histograms, and then percentage and ratios. So that are tools that belong to descriptive statistics. So there are also tools which belongs to inferential statistics, which include hypothesis testing, which hypothesis testing includes t-tests, z-tests, and chi-square tests. And then about estimation, its confidence intervals, and then also inferential statistics require correlation and regression analysis of variance and probability distribution. So that are tools and techniques that are used for descriptive and inferential statistics. So by continuing with question 4, was asking that is sampling involved for each of the two statistical branches? If yes, and how is it used? So for the first question, we have seen that we were asked to mention if it is a yes or no. So on descriptive statistics, we've seen that sampling is not necessarily involved for statistical branch because of this following reason. So in descriptive statistics, if a sample is used and it is only to describe and summarize the data collected from that specific sample without making conclusion about a large population. So on inferential, we have seen that it's yes. Inferential statistic is sampling is involved in it because of the following reason. In inferential statistics, a sample is selected from the population and the results obtained from analyzing the sample are used to make estimates, predictions, or generalization about the entire population or data, or it depends on analysis you're doing. Yeah. So as we have seen sampling, how it is involved in those statistical analysis and where it is not involved. Thank you. Let us continue with the following question.
Okay, thank you. This is I'm going to talk about question number 5, which is assumptions are made about the data or population form. We have descriptive statistics, which is few or no assumptions about the underlying data description. And the second one is assumed data are accurate and represent what they claim. So, in inferential statistics, we have several assumptions may be required, such as the sample is random and representative of the population. So the second one, we have the